Ghana specialist. Nozintombi, a very good afternoon to you. Happy Africa Day.
A very good afternoon to you and happy Africa Day to you too, Alicia.
All right, Nozintombi, you've been up and about and very busy today. We understand that the lawyers didn't actually file their arguments today. What happened?
Well, it seemed as though a lot of media coverage over the issue of them filing today has led to the snowball effect whereby more parties want to participate in their legal bid. You'll remember initially the legal bid was by the injured and arrested miners, which number over 170 plus UMKU. Now it seems as though more legal parties want to be part of. We can only speculate at this moment who those possible legal parties would be. Most likely it would be the lawyers for the 34 men who were killed, most likely the LRC, the Legal Resources Council, and most likely SERI, which is the Socio-Economic Council. So they seem as though they're the most likely people to join in part of this urgent application that we understand that the lawyers for the injured miners will be filing as soon as tomorrow.
Nozintombi, look, what are their arguments here? Because, I mean, is the president bound by a certain time frame as to when he releases this report?
According to the rules of the Marikana Commission, these are called the terms of reference. What was supposed to happen was that the Farlam Commission was supposed to hand over the report to the president, which they did in March. And the president was then supposed to review it. But there has been no time frame given to the president to say within 3 months you're supposed to release the report. What some people have speculated, especially some of the legal parties from SERI, they've speculated that the Farlam Commission could release the contents of the report after 2 weeks. But if it goes through the Farlam Commission as opposed to going to the presidency, that could create some sort of a logistical nightmare. So what the miners want is that the report is released as soon as possible. And this was precipitated by the fact that Northwest Police Commissioner Zukiswa Mbombo is going on retirement soon. So what the miners feel is that she's going on retirement, therefore she's going to avoid some sort of punitive measure or penalty if she was found to have been guilty as part of the recommendations. So those issues are issues that are leading to the miners becoming extremely anxious and wanting this report to be released as soon as possible.
Nozintombi, so what grounds are the lawyers really taking this to court? Can they even do this, though? Is it a legal matter?
Well, it's a funny thing because they're going to be lodging an urgent application. And you remember, according to the processes, the court first has to hear it on its urgentness. Yes. And if the court rules that this is not an urgent matter, and the fact that the president has already said 2 weeks ago that he will be releasing the report in due time, they could then say, the court could then say to the lawyers of the miners that this is not an urgent matter, kick it out of court and tell them to refile again. And that could happen in another 2 weeks. However, if they do get a date when they file tomorrow, the courts could be hearing this case as early as Friday or as early as next week, Monday.
Nozintombi, before I let you go, any talk with the presidency and what is their stance? Have they released any report in terms of when can we expect the report to be released?
The presidency has been quite clear on when they feel that the report will be released. The president did speak in front of Parliament about a week ago, answering questions from the UDM as to when he's going to release the report. And he said that he is still applying his mind to the contents of the report because some of the recommendations are quite serious. But what did happen today that was quite an interesting development was that the presidency released a statement saying that they refuted allegations by the lawyers of the miners that the reason why the report is not being released is because the president is trying to protect certain people. So they've called those reports as malicious and damaging to the reputation of the presidency. So it's going to be quite interesting in the next week to see how this all develops because the media interest is quite intense and everybody wants to know what exactly is going to happen. When is the report going to be released? Are the lawyers for the miners going to be successful in getting this court application, this urgent court application?
We saw, many delays within the Marikana Commission itself, so we might be in for quite some time to wait. Nozintombi, thank you so much for your time here on PM News. That's our reporter covering the story, Miss Nozintombi Miya, on the line, well, not on the line, here in studio with us, talking to us about the release of the Marikana report. Dear Leader Musi Maimane was